Did you guys hear what the five out saying to the Pie-Pie House at Serenade? Did you?
No, haven't heard a word.
Well, I was hiding out of sight. I got word that they were gonna dump on the Pie-Pies.
About time.
Get a load of this. High above a Pie-Pie's garter, high above her knee, lies the spot of Pie-Pie passion, her virginity.
Oh, stop!
Lift her skirt up, lift it higher, put her on the grass. I would live and I would die for, oh no, a piece of Pie-Pie ass.
Oh, that is too much. That's
You should have seen all those bleach blondes turn right back to their natural colors. He was rich.
I would have died. Just died.
You would have loved it.
If they pulled that on us at Serenade, I don't know what I would do.
I'd shout. Serenades are so dumb. I've never understood why fraternities go in front of the sorority house and sing. Then we have to invite them in for punch and cake? Boring.
It's not such a bad idea. I mean, to get the Greeks together. God knows there's enough rivalry on this campus.
Rivalry's good. Lord, I'd hate it if all the Greeks were alike. Could you imagine being a Tri-Del or an 80 Pi?
I can't imagine being anything but a Kappa. If I wasn't a Kappa, I'd just not be anything. KKG, 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 eternally.
Hey, what do you think about this color?
Me, is it Revlon?
Estee Lauder.
You switched? Well, it's a heaven shade. Can I try?
Sure.
If we don't get a good spring pledge class, it's KKG right down the gutter. Have you seen this group of losers going through Rush this spring?
Tacky and stupid. This looks a whole shade darker on me. Look, Mary, it's a whole shade darker.
It's lighter when it dries.
I certainly hope so.
I mean, we have to pledge some of these girls. There's a whole line of girls whose great-grandmothers were Kappas, so we've got to pledge them. Take this girl, for instance. Faye Jean Norris.
Oh, ew, what an ugly name. I bet everyone calls her Faye Jean, too.
She never did anything in high school except for, make National Honor Society one semester.
That doesn't guarantee she's smart.
But at last, a person in her family was a Kappa. I did some researching and found out that her father works in a factory, and her mother is a dressmaker.
Oh, I can't wait to see those cute little homemade frocks you'll wear at Rush.
But Beijing's got more alumni recommendations than anybody else this spring.
I can't believe her mother was a Kappa and turned out to be a dressmaker? How can that happen?
Yeah. From the looks of it, there's going to be 5 girls that we've got to pledge, whether we like them or not. Hopefully they'll drop out of training if we're rough enough.
Now I need to know, is it wrong to make it hard on some pledges just because we hate them?
Well, there's one thing nobody on this campus does, and that's mess with the Kappa. I'm going to make sure that before we graduate, that the next group of girls fit the image.
It will be cruel at Rush. Absolutely sadistic. I won't even consider a girl who's liable to break the house rules. This is the best sorority on campus. And if we start letting the girls wear jeans to dinner and smoke, then Kappa is finished.
What's wrong with smoking? I smoke.
I know, and I wish you'd stop. You stink up the whole place. Hey, you!
At least half the girls in the sorority smoke.
In their rooms. I don't care what the girls do in private, but they shouldn't smoke in public. It's unladylike.
My God, Joanne, if it was up to you, nobody would do anything except treat this house like a shrine. It's silly to go on having girls sign in and out when they want to go on dates. The very idea that they have to be in at a certain time is perfectly ridiculous. Kappas aren't children.
Yeah, but you'll agree that some of the girls are too immature to cope with complete freedom. They take advantage of the situation.
We have to have house rules.
But right now, this house is so oppressive, most of the pledges are scared to death. I say we ought to relax the silly, out-of-date regulations and let the girls loose.
I don't think the sorority is a place for girls who want to be loose.
Look, we just need a few friendly girls who will fit the image.
No flower children. No drug or guitar players.
It's our duty as officers to leave Kappa the way we found it. The best sorority on campus.
we're the tops.
Okay, but you know the song, The Times They Are A-Changin'? Well, they are.
Well, I don't think the times they are changing. I think the world is just in a crazy phase.
It's past the time when we can take girls and cram them into an image. It's not important. Sororities today have got to do more than just throw teas and dances.
I think we do a lot. Remember the litter campaign and the leaf raking project? We cleaned up the whole campus. The entire sorority gave blood.
Look, it's our last semester, Mary. We can't change Kappa now. The best we can do is see that we get a few good girls who will support the image.
I'm just not so sure it's important for girls to be good girls. I think we ought to let them grow up and be women.
That's silly. All girls grow up to be women anyway. What else would they grow up to be?
I don't know, Joanne. Ducks?
Could we please get on with this meeting? There's an awful lot to be done here.
And we always have to do it. Oh, look, Mary, this is a dry lighter. But it's not me. Do you have some remover?
I think that looks nice.
No, I better get rid of it. Ted would have a fit if he saw my fingers all painted up like a whore's.
I paint my nails.
Well, that's your style, Mary. But your style on me makes me look cheap.
You have short fingers.
Do I? Oh, look, I do. Oh, I hate my hands.
Well, now we've got to get organized. Let's discuss spring. Spring's the SOB.
Let's discuss the SOB.
Mary?
Sure, let's.
All right. I figure we'll mop up the awards this semester. If we can win Spring Carnival Skit, Sing Song, and Pan-Hellenic Olympics, it'll be a first. I mean, none of the sororities have ever won all three in the same year, so I was thinking, Mary, are you listening?
Oh, ears!
Well, what do you think?
You know damn well we'll win the Olympics. With your coaching, we'll win. We've got a good chance at Carnival Skit, too. We won that last year.
Sing Song's the bummer.
We need a theme.
That's the key to Sing Song, a good theme.
Well, most of the sororities just do medleys from Broadway shows, but Rogers and Hammerstein are done to death.
If someone does Oklahoma again, I'll puke.
Fiddler on the Roof is out.
The Jewish sorority always does that.
And we can't do West Side Story, that's Puerto Rican.
Flower Johnson.
Oriental.
Porgy and Bess. Oh, what we need is an American musical.
There's Bye Bye Birdie.
I don't know. Birdie goes off to war. With Vietnam and all, that might be too controversial.
Let's not do anything about the war. Let Lyndon Johnson do something about the war.
What about hair?
What about hair? I thought we were talking about Sing Song.
No, okay, Hair is a musical. I've heard the record. It's an off-Broadway show that's a big hit.
We could all wear matching evening gowns and groovy hairstyles.
No, it's about peace and love and sunshine.
Well, love and sunshine sound good, and peace symbols are big on campus.
And we could do it all in white and yellow. White wrought iron bird cages and a big chicken wire sign stuffed with yellow Kleenex.
Oh, that's pretty.
Well, then let's do hair.
If you're sure it's not too far out.
Well, the record doesn't sound like that.
But why do they call it hair?
Yeah. If it's about peace, love, and sunshine, what does that have to do with your hair?
Well, it means let your hair down. Relax. Be cool.
Okay, I vote for hair.
Sure? All right, so we've got hair for Sing Song, all with the Olympics into shape, and you two can arrange Spring Carnival Skit.
Well, I vote against another kissing booth.
Hey, that was my booth.
Well, everyone hated it.
Oh, but they like the ones where you try to throw the pennies with a parakeet?
Yeah, but all those parakeets died last year.
It didn't matter if they were alive or dead. They still wanted to win them.
Any friend of yours would just love a dead bird.
Let's just keep it down to pitch penny and go fish.
2 booths are enough.
And we can just do the same skit that we did last year, except for changing the name of the characters and the costumes.
But that's what we did last year. And the year before. How long can we do the same skit?
As long as it continues to win.
I see.
All right, now, we'll change the title from Sorority Scandals to something like Campus Capers.
Or Kappa Capers.
Or Kappa Capers.
Didn't I just say that?
Okay with you, Mary?
As long as I don't have to be in it again, let someone else play Snow White.
I'll be Snow White.
You are Snow White.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, now, what are we gonna do about costumes? Kappa capers. You know, it kind of sounds like crime capers.
Ooh, like 007.
Sure, trench coats, floppy hats, black stockings. We'll dress like crooks.
But we'll have some good guys, won't we?
Sure, we won't all be bad.
You want to bet?
Well, I think it's a great idea.
Any objections, Mary?
Oh no! It is undoubtedly one of the greatest ideas of our time.
All right then, we've got Spring Rush, Hair, Olympics, and Kappa capers. Those are the 4 big events before we graduate.
Graduation at last!
Then my wedding at last. Have you two ordered the dresses?
Is this meeting over?
You haven't ordered the dresses?
Yeah, we still have to do that.
You two had better get those bridesmaids' dresses. How could you put that off? The biggest event in my life, and you can't find the time?
Frankly, Joanne, I don't care much for the color.
How can you say that?
Well, when you said your colors were green and white, I kind of pictured something like avocado. Not lime green.
Why did you ever choose those colors? The sorority colors are blue and baby blue.
And the university colors are blue and red.
And the high school colors were blue and gold.
It only makes sense to have blue.
Well, green is better for weddings. I mean, you can serve all sorts of green things. Cucumber sandwiches, green salads, green grapes. It even makes it easier for teas and showers. You can make a punch for the reception out of ginger ale and lime sherbet. There's no such thing as blue sherbet.
I guess blue food is a turnoff.
Well, of course. When I was deciding on a color, I told Ted I felt rotten about not using blue. I mean, he loves blue too. But I thought it would be easier to deal with lime. And he said, blue or lime, who gives a damn?
Boys don't care about color.
So you two had better go down and get those lime dresses. What if they sell them to somebody else? They'd have a heart attack.
Okay, we'll go right down after classes tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
Swear.
I have to go downtown anyways to get a passport application.
When do you think you'll leave?
Just as soon as I marry you off. I'm getting a one-way ticket to Rome and may never come back.
But what about Brian? Your pin.
Brian? Who cares? He's a convenience. Isn't it amazing how long you and Ted have stayed together? I've switched my boyfriends as often as I've changed my hairstyles.
It's not that amazing. I mean, when you go with someone for 6 years, naturally you marry them.
I went with Gary for 6 years and he married someone else.
Oh, I forgot.
I guess if we made it to 7, we'd be planning a double wedding.
Do you still hear from Gary?
Since when do married guys phone their ex-girlfriends?
You're so brave. I don't know what I would have done if after 6 years Ted dropped me and married someone else. I would have slit my wrists.
I jumped for joy after Jim and I finally split. I mean, after we got to college, we tried to stay together, but just got bored of each other. Blame it on sex.
Oh, I don't want to hear about that.
But the pill changed my life.
I don't know how you can take those things.
I'm telling you, the pill is great. Why don't you get some?
Since when does a virgin need the pill?
Sad, but true.
Well, I haven't had the need to take the pill since Gary got married. He was my first and last.
I can't believe you two.
Well, I'm not interested in sex.
Does Ted know that?
All I know is I'm getting married after 6 years of not giving in. That's more than you can say.
Look, it doesn't make any difference. After going with Gary for 5 years, we started doing it. All the 6 years we slept together. It was the best. Then one morning he calls and tells me he's met someone new. Within a month, they were married.
That was so awful. I cried for you.
And I wondered, why? I mean, where did I go wrong? Did he suddenly want a new conquest, a virgin? Was she better? Or was he just tired of me?
It wasn't your fault.
That girl's a creep anyway. She's just awful. I'll never understand why he married her.
I found out she was pregnant.
What?
I've been pouring pills down myself to keep from getting pregnant. I took those pills because Gary wanted me to. Then they go out. They make it. She gets knocked up and he marries her.
There's no justice.
You never told us this. We're your best friends and you never married, but you couldn't tell me? Why?
Joanne, I felt like such an idiot. There I was taking those pills so I wouldn't get pregnant and I wouldn't have to marry Gary, when I really wanted to be pregnant and married. I was smart and lost him. She was stupid and got him. Suddenly, she seemed smart and I seemed stupid.
He probably didn't even want to marry her. Just had to.
I'll bet they hate each other.
I see Gary on campus. We wave, we start to talk. We don't. I mean, what are you supposed to say?
I just know he still loves you.
I saw his wife. She works at the dress shop over on the drag. She didn't look pregnant.
His wife works?
She lost it.
I'll bet she wasn't a very good salesperson. Oh my God. You mean the baby?
So there was no reason for him to marry her. Unless he just happened to love her.
Well, you might as well just forget about it. You'll never know.
I hope he loves her. Loves her a lot. I don't want him to be unhappy.
I don't know why not. He's made you miserable.
Poor Kathy. It's awful that you felt like you could tell Mary, but you couldn't tell me.
Well, that's the breaks.
Here my life is going along just as I planned. And yours, Kathy? It's just a mess.
You'll meet new men. I never thought once about Jim after we broke up. We even get together and do it now and then for old time's sake. Doesn't mean a thing. I was over him in a flash.
But you didn't love him. Not the way we love Gary and Ted.
I bet I did. We just got tired of each other.
If Ted ever gets tired of me, I'll just die.
If he hasn't gotten tired of you by now, I don't suppose
We're very compatible. We want the same things. A home, children, security.
Oh, I don't want any of that. Right now, I just want that lousy degree and my plane ticket.
I don't know what I want.
Oh, Kathy. I'll bet you'll miss college. The sorority and all the fun. You've been a better co-ed than we have.
A better co-ed. Thanks, Joanne.
If we're not lucky, we'll all probably end up in the same junior league somewhere.
Oh, I hope so. What if we didn't?
What if we didn't?
We all work so well with each other. Maybe we'll be head of Kappa alumni group.
Well, before I do anything, I've got to get a job.
It's like starting over again. If I wasn't getting married, I'd be so scared. I'd have to get a job. There I'd be with a degree in music. What would I do with it?
I still can't believe you ended up in music.
Thank God I ended up in something. I just kept taking classes down at the music department. I would always go to registration and stand around trying to decide what to take. The tables for English and science were always so full. I didn't know what to do. And every time I passed by the music department table, there'd be no line. So I would sign up for a few more music courses. Finally, I had all the credits I needed for a degree. I never wanted to study music.
And I wanted to study psychology. But me, with the world's messiest room, ended up in interior design.
Kathy's the only one who knew what she wanted and got it.
A degree in PE.
Oh, I wish I had a degree in something I liked.
I guess I'll teach.
You should. You were always so good at organizing.
They can just keep my degree. I don't know anything more about arranging furniture than I did 4 years ago.
How can you say that? Your work is always on display at the art department. They think you're swell.
Well, they're just fools.
They are?
Yeah. They'd say, Mary, what color would you do a room in? And I think of the worst 2 colors and say, I do the walls hot pink and the furniture lime green. And they'd go into shock. But after a while, I was the only one who didn't want to do the entire world beige. They began to think of me as avant-garde. Little did they know, I didn't give a damn.
Well, I think you've got talent. And when Ted and I get our first place, you can come over and arrange our furniture.
Thanks, but no thanks.
And I envy you, Kathy. You want to do something useful. Teaching is a wonderful profession. Here I am, content to be a homemaker. And Mary wants to see the world. But you want to help others. You're a good person, Kathy. Even though you do keep things to yourself.
You're probably the only one of us who will ever earn a living. Me? I just want to meet up with some rich guy and live with him.
I'm very depressed and disappointed about that. Mary, your mother would have a fit if she's known how you've thrown your morals down the toilet.
My mother continually has fits. I wish you'd just give up on me.
Mine won't give up until I'm married. She says it's the only thing she's looked forward to from the day I was born.
Well, I guess I should start planning you a shower soon. Somewhere between sing-song and graduation, Mary and I should throw you a shower.
Oh, that's so sweet, but you don't have to.
Just tell us what you want so we can tell the girls.
Well, I figure all the family and Mother's good friends will buy pots and crystals and all that junk. And then Mother's other friends, the ones she never sees, will buy linens and useful things. So between Mother's good and bad friends, I should end up with a pretty good haul.
Well, what about a kitchen shower? You know, odds and ends for the kitchen, can openers, and butcher knives and stuff.
What would the girls in the sorority know about that? Most of them haven't even ever seen a kitchen.
Okay, well, a personal shower. Lingerie, things for the bride.
Oh, that sounds embarrassing.
What would Joanne do with 40 nightgowns? Or, come to think of it, she could probably use the nightgowns.
Well, we got to have a theme.
Over the rainbow! Over the rainbow!
If we don't, then they'll all end up bringing the worst kinds of crap. You know, 40 Courtney saucepans.
Then I would have to take them all back and exchange them.
We could have a green and white shower.
Lime green!
Everyone has to bring something that's green or white.
Like my chosen colors.
That's just stupid enough to work.
And we can have it in the garden. Well, that's green already. And I can make huge chicken wire wedding bells.
And stuff them with white Kleenex.
Well, natch. That's neat. All right, then it's settled. One more thing to do before we graduate.
This spring will kill me yet. With Rush and graduation and this wedding, I'm gonna make Ted do some of the work. We have got to find a place to live.
Why not keep Ted's place?
Oh, it's awful. Boys don't care what they live in. If I had to live in that dump, I'd just scream. It doesn't even have a pool.
Joanne, what would you do?
Mary, I just don't know. I really don't.
Well, I hadn't even thought about a place to live after graduation.
Ted and I want a place near law school. That way he can walk to class. Why don't you get some place nearby?
Well, I don't see much sense in living near campus. I mean, I'm not going to graduate school.
Well, Ted has to. If he doesn't stay in school, then he'll get drafted. If he went to Vietnam, I'd die.
Well, I guess I could get a place close to my job, wherever that is.
Oh, I hope it's someplace nearby. With Ted in school, I'm gonna need someone to talk to. I want you both nearby.
I'm not making any plans past Europe.
We'll get together for homecoming and football games. The sorority is gonna need us to make sure things are done right. What would the campus do without you, Kathy?
I don't know. All I do know is, when they hand you that diploma, you're expected to get out there and do something. Be someone.
I plan to do something. Someone.
Oh, I won't listen to this talk. You both are acting childish.
We're not all as grown up as you, Joanne.
I know.
Do you remember when you were a little girl, and people would ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Sure. I wanted to be a nurse, then a stripper, then a psychologist.
I just wanted to be a wife. Just a wife and a mother.
Yeah, but what else?
We all wanted to be pretty.
Well, I think the two of you are pretty. Me, I'm just attractive.
And popular.
We are popular.
And cheerleaders and sorority girls.
We've done it all. We ran the gamut.
Yeah, but didn't you want more?
Well, I wanted to leave home. God, more than anything, I wanted some freedom.
More than anything?
Yeah, more than anything. I wanted to do as I like.
What about you?
More than anything?
Yes.
Well, Ted, of course.
Of course.
Did you want Gary more than anything? Or should I ask, is it too painful?
I'll bet more than anything you'd want to teach.
Ooh, I know. More than anything, you wanted to be head cheerleader in college. You should have been.
I give up.
Me too. We both told you what we wanted, now you tell us.
I can't.
There you go with those secrets again.
No, I mean, I can't because I don't know.
Haven't a clue?
Not an idea.
Well, I think you should have been the interior decorator. I mean, look at all you can do with decorations.
And I wish I could organize like you. I would have studied something like urban planning or Planned Parenthood.
God, what will I do?
You'll teach.
Kathy, if you're gonna get upset about this, let's just drop the subject.
Look on the bright side, Kathy.
Who knows what will happen?
Life's full of surprises.
All this worry is for nothing.
I really hate my life.
How dare you talk like that? It's been fun. Just think. We could have turned out like all those other girls in high school who weren't popular.
Well, how did they turn out?
Well, I don't know. I guess unpopular.
They're all probably married with a bunch of kids.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just saying that after school ends, my life is going to be terribly lonely.
It never has been. Why will it be now?
Because, Joanne, I'll bet you, in the past 10 years, the three of us haven't been apart for a day.
That's not true. Remember that summer you taught at that girls' camp and Joanne went to summer school because Ted went to summer school and I went to Mexico?
We didn't see each other for 3 months. And in the fall, we were all closer than ever before.
Being apart didn't change things.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
It's just, I've got to face a whole new life, alone. I don't even have a plan for it.
Well, let's make a plan. We'll meet every Wednesday afternoon. That's our schedule now. Kappa officers meeting every Wednesday. So why change? Mary, when you get back from Europe, you would like to see Kathy every week, wouldn't you?
As soon as I get back, I'll be there every Wednesday.
And we can go to the movies and shop? I wouldn't know how to buy anything if it wasn't for your taste. Isn't that right, Mary?
Joanne's always depended on your taste.
And you can decorate for all my parties? And we'll join a country club. You can teach us how to play golf and tennis. Mary and I shall learn how to play. Well, say something, Mary.
It's time I got into sports.
No matter what happens, we'll all three have each other. KKG, 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 eternally.
Joanne's right. We all love each other.
Cheer up. Let's all get up and go out. I'd kill for a pizza.
Don't you have to meet Ted?
He told me to get lost this afternoon. Said he's going to some kind of demonstration. Ugh, politics.
I wish they would stop protesting. You can't go anywhere on this campus without someone shoving a picket sign in your face.
I told Ted I didn't understand why he had to get involved. I mean, the Viet Cong aren't bombing the campus.
I protested once when they started closing the Student Center snack bar at midnight and always stayed open till 1.
Well, that was for a good cause. It directly affected you. But Ted says he's protesting because the war bothers his conscience. Said he can't stand the needless killing of women and children. And I looked at him and I said, for heaven's sakes, Ted, control your conscience. You don't even know those people.
You didn't say that.
Of course I did. Don't be stupid.
Well, I'm glad I won't be around to see the destruction of this campus.
It's the flower children. Pot. Everywhere I look, I smell pot. I don't want this house to turn into a hippie commune.
Hippies can afford this house, Joanne.
You know, the way things are going, it's going to be a fight to keep the sorority together.
What we need is an interesting activity calendar for this spring. Enough social events to keep the girls' minds off of current events.
We'll rush those pledges like we've never rushed before.
We're losing 10 good girls, including ourselves at graduation. What we need is 10 more perfect people to fill in. Keep Kappa 40 strong.
10 noble women. That's what KKG is all about. Noble, noble women with the keys to the kingdom of God. I'm a noble, noble woman
With the keys to the kingdom of God. of the kingdom, Gamma of God. Kappa, Kappa, Gamma.
I don't want to see it end. I'm scared.
It's easy to be scared.
Are you?
Scared? Why do you think I'm going to Europe?
To see the world.
To avoid it. I'm running scared.
I wish I could run.
I wish you could too, Kathy. But you have always done what's right, what's expected. Me? I can't. Never could. For once, stop planning. Let life happen. Don't think about it.
I agree, Kathy. Mary's right. Don't think. I've always found it better not to think.